Pat Mesiti live at 5, and I've got some inspiring news for you at the end of this. So make sure you stay absolutely tuned for what we've got. Well, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Melbourne is a mess. Do you know, I just got off the phone with one of the leading lights in the areas of economics and business, a multi-millionaire. And I was speaking to him about what's happening here in Australia. Let me just share with you in the last 24 hours what's happened. Well, we now have the worst deficit since World War II. Number two, they're saying it will take 30 years to pay off this debt. That means your children, your grandchildren are going to be paying for China's weaponry against us. Now, I'm not attacking the people of China, but the Chinese regime. Your children, my grandchildren, will be paying off the debt incurred by incompetent leadership at every level. Reactive leadership at every level. Now, whilst I commend what's been happening in certain areas and sectors, we have had this knee-jerk reaction, constant lying, constant changing. I was speaking with this leading light who is a man of great wealth, great insight, a guy who really could tell you about the future tomorrow. And he said, Pat, Melbourne is in a second lockdown. Why would they do a second lockdown when the first one didn't work? I think it was Zig Ziglar who said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. We're doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And guess what? We're now about to get a second wave. You mark my words, Sydney and Brisbane. Now, by the way, in Brisbane, we've only increased by one. We'll be headed the same way. Biggest deficit since World War II. We have got now, watch this, 30 to 40 years to pay off the debt. In Melbourne, 2 people have died in nursing homes, 90 years of age, and whilst any death is sad, 90 in a nursing home, and you're shutting down an entire state while Black Lives Matters marched freely on the streets. You're locking down people who are perfectly healthy with a disease that 99% of cases, what's this? I get it mild. We're doing the same thing. Where is the talk of boosting our immune system? Masks, you've told us, they've told us masks don't work. They don't work, they will not work. Now all of a sudden, the medical profession is changing their mind. You know why? They can't roll back and admit that they're wrong. Why can't leaders just admit they're wrong and find a better strategy? Quarantine and protect the elderly. In Melbourne, they have not protected the elderly. Dictator Dan did not protect the elderly. Up to now, news stories coming out that aged care homes, some of their own workers weren't wearing masks. And certainly the people that were affected weren't wearing them. Is this crazy or insane? So you punish everybody? You punish everyone? You put everyone under house arrest and dictatorship for what? For what? Not even 1%. You're killing the economy. Now, what do we got to do? Look, we can be sitting here screaming and yelling the whole time. And believe me, my passions run wild. But the media has a lot to answer for. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Here's what I believe we can do. Forget about what's happening out there. Let me tell you what we've got to do. Number one, every one of you listening to my voice, listen to me very carefully. You better control your own destiny. You better learn to create your own economy. I'm telling you right now, jobs and everything else, JobKeeper cannot possibly be sustained longer than what it is. And we've already been told there's changes. So what are you going to do? This should scare the living corona out of you. What are you going to do? Well, could I encourage you to become self-reliant, self-sufficient, get out of what we've been taught and get into a new level of creating a new economy. Some of you have got great knowledge. Why aren't you monetizing it? This coming Sunday, and by the way, this is not, I'm not doing this as a promotion. If you want to see it like that, that's fine. See it like that. Don't come on. Forget it. Don't come on. But for those of you that want to create your own economy, this Sunday, I'm bringing in one of the world's leading experts 500 million copies of his books have sold, let alone licensing products globally. Mark Victor Hansen, he's been on the news, ABC, on television shows promoting this event. Get on board and become a master of your own destiny. In a few weeks' time, we're going to be launching stuff to help you create your own financial economy outside of your own knowledge. Many of you have got gifts and talents and abilities. Listen to me. Don't disregard it, no matter how big or how small you think it is. Get on board. I'm urging you. I could almost plead with you. My heart is so heavy today because you're not listening, some of you. You're relying on your pension. That is not going to work. JobKeeper, it's unsustainable. You're going to hand over your future to a socialist government for them to look after you. It's never worked and never will work. You've got to master your own economy. Number two, you've got to master your own life. Number three, you've got to start thinking generationally. You've got to start thinking generationally. Number one, master your own destiny. Number two, master your own economy. Number three, become self-sufficient. Number four, master your own future. You've got to create your future. Don't wait for your future to arrive and then try and create it. You create it now. You create it now. What are we leaving our children? What are we leaving our grandchildren? What are we leaving them emotionally right now? We're leaving them a legacy that, one, you can't trust leaders. Two, the Chinese want to control your life, or the regime does. Three, by the way, I got a recent report how the communist leader in China has told Christians over there and forced some of them and beaten some of them to stop worshiping Christ and start worshiping him, taking down images of Jesus and putting images of him up. Where is that in the press? Where is that in your news? I'm telling you, I've never been a conspiracy theorist, and certainly am not now. But all I've got to do is look at fruit, and all I've got to do is look at people's actions. You might say, Pat, you don't know what people are thinking. Yeah, I do. All I've got to do is look at your actions and your behavior. I can tell what's happening in Victoria. I can tell more than likely what probably will happen in New South Wales and soon Queensland. Yeah, this morning I was reminiscing with my wife about the days when we were able to travel. It's quite sad that our world has been locked down over something that doesn't even compare to swine flu or any other of the true pandemics we've had. This has become a scaremongering, socialist-driven, corrupt media agenda. And the lies keep coming. The lies just keep coming. They will extend the bad news. Isn't it amazing? When the George Floyd thing hit, Corona was gone, just like that. And when that subsided, bang, it's back. It pays for them to extend the bad news. Where's the reports of the 99% that are overcoming? Where's the reports of them that are getting well? When are our government leaders going to put oxygen in people's soul and realize that the good news changes, not the bad news? When will they ever do that? Rather than the scaremongering that keeps people controlled and in fear, and that we can't do without them. My suggestion is do something for yourself. Don't wait for them. Don't wait for them. Don't pander to them. Fight the system. Fight the system. Pretty soon you'll hear the masks aren't working. Pretty soon you'll hear that the tide is turning. It'll get worse. It'll get better. Then it'll be back. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. My advice to every one of you listening to me right now, do something different. If you think staying the same is going to change your world financially, emotionally, and spiritually, you're getting into the realm of the insane. And change is not change until something changes. Master your life. Change your life. Create your own economy. Look at ways you can create money and wealth and income for yourself. I'm not talking about wealth and making millions of dollars and all this kind of stuff. And my trolls, I'm sure, will inbox me and attack me on that. By the way, I've never met a hater doing better than me, and you'll never meet a hater doing better than you. But you can't worship at the shrine of their opinion. 30 years to pay off a debt that we didn't ask for. Biggest deficit since World War II. I'm urging you, Do something for yourself. This is breaking news. Here it is. You can change your world if you change your actions and your decisions and how you're doing life. Anyway, guys, I hope you join me on Sunday morning. It's going to be an epic time. Mark Victor is so excited. I just got off the phone to him this morning. Mark Victor Hansen, author, literary genius, businessman extraordinaire, a gentleman, a scholar, a man who's so insightful. And he will share with you some insights into this whole virus thing. He and I have been talking, and it'll blow you away. Don't wait for the replay. Get on board. Grab yourself a ticket. Register. I look forward to seeing you there. This is Pat Mesiti. You have a prosperous life.